Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. As you can see, I finished 4th overall and 1st in England in the 2021 season in FPL, and I would like to share some tips and tricks to help you along your FPL journey. Let's dive straight into it. So reviewing my game week points for last game week, so I got 65, which was 26 above the average. A really good week actually. So to go through my team, obviously Solanke got 2 goals and an assist. The assist was a bit jammy because obviously he won a free kick from Allison, which he dispatched quite neatly. But yeah, obviously a 16-pointer. I'm not going to complain about that, especially after I was considering selling him last game week. But I decided to stick with him, and it paid off. Salah as captain obviously came back with another return, so he scored and got 2 bonus points, which is always good. Rodgers even chipped in with a goal and 2 bonus as well for a 9-pointer. Robinson got an assist and a bonus point on the Monday evening game against Brentford, and yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be fair, so that was a nice little bonus. I have got Semenyo on the bench that got a 10-pointer against City, but I don't think anyone saw that coming. And in terms of going forward, I'm just absolutely keeping him. I've seen some people sell him last week and even this week because he's on 4 yellow cards, but I wouldn't think too deeply into that because he's only going to be suspended for 1 game once he gets that 5th booking, or if he does. And I think it's the 19th game week that obviously Bournemouth will have their yellow card total changed back to 0. So that basically means that if he gets 1 book in between now and game week 18 or 19, he will get that suspension. But I don't think you should overthink that really. Just look at the fixtures that are coming up. Obviously just scored against City, which on paper are one of the best defences in the league, and he got 3 bonus as well, so he's absolutely staying for me, and he's in the team for this week, which I'll show you later on in the video. But yeah, other than that, obviously there's a lot of blanks. Palmer came away with 1 bonus despite not actually returning in that game, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, obviously he's an easy hold. And an update on Palmer, he's apparently improving, and Reska believes that he will attend a few training sessions between now and Sunday's game against Arsenal. So if you do have him, I'll easily hold him, especially because even if he doesn't play against Arsenal, the next fixture is after an international break. So yeah, absolutely keep him if you do have him. And yeah, I wouldn't sell him if I were you, unless you are desperate to free up funds. But as you just saw, the fixtures coming up are just unbelievable. So yeah, hopefully he will stay fit for all of those and get me lots of points. But yeah, really good week. I've moved just outside the top 500k now, so there's a massive green arrow really. I've sort of halved my rank over the course of this week, so yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, onwards and upwards. So looking at my transfers for this week, I will be making at least 1, I believe. I've got 4 in the bank, so yeah, it won't really dent that in terms of my transfers. So I could use all 4 and just completely rip up my team and sell Haaland, but he's likely going to be my captain this week, so I don't think I'm going to sell him, even though it does seem quite tempting after 1 goal in 5, I believe. Yeah, so for a 15.3 million asset, that isn't good enough, but I'm just hoping that he does come good in the future. And yeah, for people selling him, obviously they're not going to captain him, so I just believe that he will be worth it in the long run, and he is my captain choice this week, so hopefully that decision will be the right one. But yeah, as I said, I am tempted even still to just spread the money around my defence, obviously, because my most expensive defender at the moment is both Aït-Nouri and Robinson, who are both 4.7, which yeah is quite cheap. But yeah, I do have a plan in terms of selling Greaves this week, because he went down in price overnight, but it didn't affect me because I bought him for 4 million. But yeah, I just, even if he is fit in the next couple of weeks, I just really don't want an Ipswich defender, if I'm completely honest. So the plan is to sell him to another cheap defender, but you'll see in a second that my budget is quite limited, because the other move that I intend on making to free up a bit of budget, because as you can see I've got 4 million in the bank, which is 0 if I just put Greaves back in. Yeah, so I need to free up a bit of money elsewhere, and the one person that I absolutely want to sell, even though he's got a good fixture this game week, is Calvert-Lewin, because he is just winding me up. And in the last game week, he came off in the 62nd minute, I believe, against Southampton, or 61st, even worse. And I think Beto will eventually get a start over him if he doesn't perform. And you can see the fixtures coming up aren't too bad until 15, where they just go on a horrible run of fixtures. So he will most likely leave the team this week, even though he's got West Ham away, who have been dreadful so far this season. But I just don't see a return coming anytime soon, and I could eat my words and he'd score a hat-trick against West Ham, but I'm just getting so impatient with him that I feel like his time has come to leave the team. So obviously I've got a budget that's quite limited, so the likes of Wood, Isak and Cunha, even Jackson, and yeah, anyone that's over sort of 5.6 I can't really afford, obviously. So if you are looking at bringing in Wood this week, I probably would hold fire if I were you, because their fixtures do turn, although they do have Ipswich at home in 13, but either side of that they've got Arsenal away and City away. So yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on that if I were you, rather than bringing him in this week, even though he's just been a goal scoring machine. And the swing between him and Calvert-Lewin is just ridiculous. I mean, look at the points that Chris Wood's got over that spell, when arguably he's had a tougher fixture run. So yeah, it's just the small decisions in FPL amount to the biggest problems. But yeah, in terms of what I can afford, obviously if I had the money I would go for Cunha, but as I don't, obviously I won't. But if you can afford him, I don't think 6.7 is too expensive for what he offers. He is playing a sort of like a cam in the Wolves team at the moment, so he's not really a striker, but he should be on penalties. He's on most set pieces, and he's just a consistent player, really. He plays 90 minutes every week, as you can see, almost every game week. I think he was eased into the start of the season a little bit against Arsenal and other teams as well, but yeah, now he's just a great purchase if you want to go there. Again, the fixtures are just unbelievable coming up as well, which is why I've got Nori in the double up that you will eventually see. But yeah, Cunha, if you've got the money, definitely go for him. And yeah, I've just revealed who I'm going to transfer in this week, but it will be Strand Larsen most likely. He's 5.6, so he's a budget forward really. And in terms of his returns, he's obviously recently scored against Palace and City and Brentford, I believe. Yeah. So I'm just hoping that he comes good in the next fixtures as well, and it's not another Calvert-Lewin purchase. But for 5.6, he actually has more goal threat than Cunha does in open play for that Wolves team. So yeah, he's definitely probably going to be the transfer in this week, just to save up a bit of budget. And you'll see that I have 4.3 million after eventually transferring in Strand Larsen, which is quite limited, but there is one player that I would like to bring into my team, and he's actually a player that's been quite creative over the past few game weeks, and he's made it into the top 15, if you like, of the ICT. So that figure is basically the influence, creative and threats, all in one for defenders. So as you can see, he's on the bottom of my screen there, and he's near the top. So yeah, that's because he's been taking most corners when Trippier's not there, which is the caveat. But I think that he's nailed for starts now, and obviously they got a surprise win against Arsenal, and they kept a clean sheet as well. So yeah, I think Lewis Hall's a great purchase this week, and luckily I can just afford him with the moves that I'm making. So I think it just makes sense for my team. So yeah, he's most likely the transfer in for this week in terms of defenders. But if I change it to affordable, as you can see, there isn't much competition apart from maybe Mikolenko. But yeah, Everton, as I've discussed with Calvert-Lewin, they've got a few decent fixtures coming up. But past that, it's just a horror show for a fixture ticker, really. As you can see from 15 onwards, it's just, yeah, you wouldn't play an Everton defender at all. So, yeah, I see Hall as a great purchase, and obviously the fixtures coming up. you only wouldn't play him against Liverpool really up until 25, maybe Spurs away and United away, but if you need him, he's there for you. I just hope that he gets a consistent run of starts and keeps his place in the team. But the transfers will most likely be this for this week, so I'm using 2 of my 4 free transfers, which will mean I have 3 next week. And I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest. I might keep Solanke going forward. I was planning on sending him against City away, but it might be a bit knee-jerky after the 16 points tally that he got against Aston Villa. But I think going forward he's an easy hold. He has got a few difficult fixtures in there, but I don't see him as being a sell. Even if he does get worse than he has been already, I've got the potential to move him on to Isak or maybe Acuna as well, if I shift the money about in my team. But that's the team. It will be the team for this week, but if I just go into what it looks like for this week, so obviously Greaves will become Hall. I haven't made the transfers yet, obviously, but I will eventually. I just need to hear from the press conferences before I make the moves. Strand Larsen will become Calvert-Lewin as well, and then I'll be rolling with that. Again, Palmer, he should be fine, but worst case scenario, I've got Rodgers coming off the bench against Liverpool, which isn't the greatest fixture on paper, but if I have to play him, I will play him. And as you saw against Spurs, he managed to come away with a return. So more of the same, please, Morgan. But so Holland's the captain, Solanke vice. I did consider maybe Salah or Mbeumo, but I just feel like Haaland will come good eventually, and maybe this is the week against Brighton away, who are missing Lewis Dunk still. So praying for a return from Haaland finally. Apart from that, I think the team will look pretty good once I make the transfers, and then going forward it does also look pretty good as well. As you can see, my midfielders for next week, they've all got an easy fixture, they've all got a green fixture. It's just Solanke that I might put on the bench, but this is thinking into the future. And the team looks good after I make those transfers. I just can't wait to get rid of Greaves and Calvert-Lewin, to be honest. But it looks decent, and I'm praying for more points this week and another green arrow. Thank you for watching this episode. If you could please like, subscribe and comment on what I should do next, that would be great. See you in the next one.